Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. Today we got a new survivor guide. We have the Jefe himself, Ash versus Evil Dead leader Ash. And boy, is this character fun. I think it's a mixture of bruiser slash support, and I think he's probably one of my favorite leaders so far. But before we get into the guide, I ask you guys to please subscribe. We have lots of other survivor guides on the channel. We have gameplay videos, and we have other content coming for Evil Dead the game. So if you're digging Evil Dead the game, please subscribe to the channel. We got so much more coming. And if you want to see me play these survivors live, find me on twitch.tv.com/theboogeyman to see how I play. So starting off with the character breakdown, there's a lot of different ways you can make this character. This is just one that I've found some success in, that I'm enjoying right now, and I'll kind of break down each point selection and why. So, but first we're going to go over the abilities. His general active ability is a AoE explosion that damages enemies' balance bar. So if you're not sure what balance bar is, the lower the balance bar is, the more likely you can do a successful finisher attack or a signature move. And that's beneficial for his later abilities. The next ability is an aura that affects all survivors within range, increasing their fear resistance and damage they inflict. So if survivors are in his range of aura, they get 10% damage increase and fear resistance 20%. So that's pretty good for him to be in the middle of all the team fights. That way he's benefiting each team member. His next perk is starting with the chainsaw. I think it's one of the better melee weapons for him, and we're going to actually build around that a little bit on the skill tree, so we'll get into that a little later. His level 25 ability enhances your aura's effect whenever you perform a finisher or dismember an enemy. So we're going to be looking forward to do finishers with him so we can get those stat boosts for our teammates and kind of help us sustain a little bit in team fighting. So let's get to the point breakdown. I have 4 points in great influence. That's just going to increase our area of effect. So our range will go to 15 meters with all four points in this category. So that's pretty good because we want to get as many team members in our aura as possible at all times when we can, because that'll help us give them that damage increase and their fear resistance. Moving on to the next point, we're going to get 5% reduction in sprinting. This is a flex one. I could see putting another point in here if you run around a lot, but right now I just have 2 just so I can access other members of the tree. Arcane knowledge is just a 20% increase on objective items. Not super exciting, but it does come in handy when you're looking for map pieces. Next one is quicker cooldown. This is going to be a 5% cooldown on your active. The reason why I wouldn't go into 2 is just because his cooldown for his active ability is only 30 seconds. So even if you do 10%, that's only a 3% cut, which is really not that impressive of a cooldown reduction for a point. And then we're moving on to Master of Influence, which we're putting all 4 points into. This increases our effects of our aura by 20% by having all 4 points into this category. Now, because we use this, we're going to use one of these spare points here and to fast forward. This actually reduces the timer for objectives, say the map or the dagger, by 5%. So that might not seem like that great, but this is one of those throwaway points that I'm going to actually try testing this a little more. I've done a few games with it. I thought it was pretty neat to have, but as opposed to where we could put this point elsewhere, I figured this would be worth the try out. So just keep in mind, this could be a flex spot for your build. Continuing on with the second row, this is one I could see putting another point into. This is Artful Dodger. This reduces the stamina cost of dodging by 15%, 20% if you put 2 points in. This is just a means to get to the next one. This allows you to carry maximum ammo by 5. And even though we don't use range very much, it could come up when you're picking up ammo for your hunters to drop later. So don't think of it as technically a bad thing. And I think this one's really good. I can still help. Your aura persists even if you're bleeding out or become a soul. So even if you die, if that's in a heavily populated area with your teammates, your aura is still going to activate and be helping your teammates, which could help you actually get revived. So I think this is a pretty cool and unique ability that I've been trying out, and I've found it to be good. Next one here is Industrial Strength. I put all 3 into this because I think sustainability and health is important for a leader slash hybrid support build that I'm kind of going with here. And I think the maximum health just helps keep you around a little longer. so I went with this. On the bottom here, this is mostly for our finisher aspect of the build, where we want to be using our finishers. So not only can we avoid taking damage because we're in our iframe animation, but we can also be expanding our aura presence and doing a lot more damage and effect with our auras by performing finishers. So here I have 25% balance bar damage increase. That's going to help us whenever we want to do more finishers. And then here is just a flat 15% damage increase for our melee. This Ashe is going to be more utilized for melee attacks than ranged, so I went this version of the tree instead of up here. You want to be in team fights, you want to be helping your other teammates, and the way you're going to be doing that is with melee attacks. That's just what I found to be successful. So that wraps up my mini guide and point breakdown for Ashe versus Evil Dead Ashe, or Leader Ashe, or El Jefe, or whatever flavor you like to call him. If you enjoyed this guide, please leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We got plenty of other Evil Dead videos coming. If you like my points, let me know in the comments. If you have a different build that you've had success with, let me know. The game's still really new. I like to learn more each time I post one of these videos. I'm finding new things out. I think my builds have gotten better, and I'm actually considering revisiting some of my older builds. So this has been a really fun experience for me to keep making these guides. So if you people enjoy them, I'd be very happy to keep making them. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next guide.